This video is going to be so powerful because you're finally going to see how you can shift your mindset to finally get pregnant with PCOS. So what I'm teaching you today is actually pillar number 1 of our PCOS Fertility Breakthrough. So let's get into it. Now, what most women with PCOS who are struggling to conceive do is go to their doctor, get put on all of these medications, and then we blame ourselves, blame our bodies for the medication not working, which is exactly why they continue to struggle with irregular periods, missed ovulation, and struggling to get pregnant. But keep listening because this video is going to fix all of that so you can finally go from struggling to conceive to empowered mama to be. The very first thing we want to do is actually see that our PCOS is a blessing. So many women have been led to believe that their PCOS sucks and it's something that needs to be overcome and that their body is broken and there's just nothing we can do about it. And we need all of these different medications in order to just be normal. And trust me, I get it. I struggled with cystic acne, facial hair, and recurrent miscarriages as a result of PCOS. These symptoms were devastating and it always felt like my body was rebelling against me. Was actually just my body trying to tell me that something was off and that I needed to change something in my lifestyle in order to bring balance back to my body. When I looked at my symptoms of PCOS with a new perspective, I was able to get to the root cause of what was causing my symptoms. And because of that, I started eating balanced meals across the day. Instead of chronically yo-yo dieting, I was able to cut my excessive high-intensity workout and trade it for something more relaxing and rejuvenating, like yoga and walking. And I was also able to cut sugar and just completely reduce the stress in my life and live a more balanced lifestyle. So again, the first thing we want to do is see your PCOS symptoms as a blessing and an invitation to make changes towards a more healthy, balanced lifestyle. The second thing we want to do is really understand that motherhood is a rite of passage. So many women think that when they want to get pregnant, it should happen now, as soon as they decide to start a family. And I totally get it. This was 100% me. Straight up, have to plan everything, control everything. So I totally get it when that switch goes off in your brain and all you can think about is having a baby. But I want you to think about this differently. Remember when you first got engaged, you didn't try to plan your wedding for the next month, right? And get upset when the venue is already booked, the photographer couldn't make it, and maybe even your bridesmaids already had plans on that weekend, right? You know that it takes at least a year, sometimes more, to plan for a wedding. So why aren't we having that same exact expectation when preparing our body for pregnancy? Just because our bodies are capable of getting pregnant doesn't mean it's always going to happen exactly when we want it to. I want you to consider that perhaps your body's not getting pregnant right now, not because you're broken, but instead it's protecting you because you aren't quite prepared. Maybe you're holding on to stories, limiting beliefs, resistance, just ways of being that aren't congruent to having the thing that you want, which is getting pregnant and having a baby and becoming a mother. What if these challenges that you're facing to try to get pregnant are actually preparing you to become a more empowered mother? So the second shift you need to make is understand that becoming a mother is more than just creating life. You're responsible for raising the next generation. And that takes so much care and responsibility. And perhaps the universe is just preparing you to be that kind of mother that you desire to be. Now, the third shift that we need to make in order to get pregnant with PCOS is understand that your goal should not be to just get pregnant. Now, what do I mean by that? So many women with PCOS do struggle to conceive naturally. So what do? We go to the doctor's office to get help, only to find that we're put on all these cocktails of medication to try to induce ovulation. Before we know it, we feel like a human test subject. And I get it. I too was once so desperate to conceive, I was willing to do anything. And I thought that that meant going on fertility medications. But what I failed to realize is that I was so concerned with just getting pregnant that I was willing to cut corners and take quick fixes and just take the medication to induce the ovulation. I wasn't thinking about my long-term health or my pregnancy or birth postpartum. I wasn't thinking about my baby's health. Because little did I know that inducing an ovulation and forcing a body that is already unwilling to get pregnant just sets us up for higher risk of pregnancy issues, higher risk for postpartum issues, higher risk for our baby's development. Not only because of the medications themselves, but also because of the underlying root causes that we're band-aiding instead of healing. What I mean by that is, consider a woman with PCOS who has insulin resistance. If we force an ovulation, not healing the root cause of the insulin resistance. So our body has to continue dealing with the insulin resistance, and now our baby is developing in a body with insulin resistance. This is such a big concern for the future baby's health and also your recovery postpartum. So what do we do instead? We want to set our goal for a healthy baby, a healthy toddler, a healthy adult who is graduating from high school. Extend your finish line from just seeing those 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test, and instead extend that finish line out until your baby is grown and is thriving in the world. Because when you have that kind of long-term goal, you're not going to cut corners, you're not going to take the quick fix, you're really going to want to investigate your health, get to the root cause of your PCOS and your fertility challenges, take a holistic approach to healing so that not only you'll have a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby, but you will also have a healthy, thriving child for life, and you will be so much healthier as well. So there you have it. Those are the 3 steps to shift your mindset to get pregnant naturally with PCOS. But a mindset shift alone won't be enough. And that's why you should click on the link around this video and enroll in our course, PCOS Fertility Breakthrough, a 5-part training series designed to break through the lies you've been told about PCOS, find out exactly if and when you're ovulating and what to do if you're not, and how to regulate your cycle for consistent, symptomless, effortless periods every single month so that you can identify your fertile window and help you get pregnant naturally. I'll see you in there.